50 years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today, signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree came as a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. But 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still sadly crippled by manacles of segregation in the chains of discrimination. And so we've come here today to dramatize a shameful condition. Now the time to rise from the dark and desolate valley of segregation to the sunlit path of racial justice. Now the time to lift our nation from the quicksands of racial injustice to the solid rock of brotherhood. Now the time to make justice a reality for all of God's children. Many of our white brothers, as evidenced by their presence today, have come to realize that their destiny is tied up with our destiny. We cannot walk alone. And as we walk, we must make the pledge that we always march ahead. We cannot turn back. There are those who are asking the devotees of civil rights, when will we be satisfied? We will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friends, and so, even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. I have a dream that one day, this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold this truth to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted and every hill and mountain shall be made low. The rough places will be made plain and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. And this will be the day where all of God's children will be able to sing with a new meaning. My country, this of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring! And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. And so, let freedom ring from prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening agencies of Pennsylvania. Let freedom ring from the snow-capped slopes of California. But not only that. Let freedom ring from the stone mountains of Georgia. Let freedom ring from the lookout mountains of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molly hill of Mississippi. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And when this happens, and when we allow freedom ring, we will be able to speed up the day where all of God's children, black men and white men, will be able to join us and sing all of Negro spiritual. Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty, we're free at last!